Want the hottest takes, boldest insights, and smartest analysis in sports today? Yeah, this is not that. This is Not Impressed with Josh Rosen.
Episode 5 of Not Impressed with Josh Rosen is now live. I want to thank you guys, first of all, for tuning in and subscribing to my podcast. This episode is all about my time at Fanatics Fest. It was a whirlwind. I just got back from New York City. It was box office. There was so many cool things that happened, so many cool people I got to meet, so many cool experiences I had. So stay tuned. That's what this episode is about. Josh Rosen and Skip Payless' time at Fanatics Fest. Enjoy. It is now Josh Rosen's turn to unleash and unload on what I just experienced at Fanatics Fest in New York City. I gotta say, it is a blur, but a happy blur. It was a whirlwind of an event. For those of you that don't know about Fanatics Fest, this was, I believe, their 4th year ever putting this on, and it was massive at the Jacob Javits Center in Manhattan. This is my first time attending it. It is a festival for sports fans. Every athlete, every major sports athlete, from the NBA to the NFL to WWE to boxing, was in attendance at Fanatics Fest. And I was very fortunate to be able to be not only invited, but be a talent at the show, thanks to the show that many of you guys are familiar with that I am a part of, Last Take. So being a part of the Last Take show, we actually were able to get on stage. We were part of the talent. The first day of the event on Thursday, we had a slot on the big stage at 6:30 p.m., and that was awesome. We got it all on video. It was me and my guys, Shannon Sharpie, Lil Perk, Stephen Emmitt Smith, and Taylor Cooks. We had an awesome time. It was so cool to finally meet those guys in person. We've been working together for a long time now, and to do our show live on the big stage like that, that was awesome. So I just got to say that. Shout out to the Last Take show. If you're not following us, Last Take show, and subscribed, check it out. But I got to say, man, I can't believe some of the people that I rubbed shoulders with and that I got to meet and do content with at this event. So as I said, it was a 4-day event. I got in the day before on a Wednesday. Met the guys. We filmed some stuff in a studio in New York City. And then Thursday, it was game on. Got to Fanatics Fest. Got through security. And while I'm waiting online to get my talent badge, who do I run into? Dave McMenamin. If you don't know who Dave McMenamin is, he's one of ESPN's biggest NBA reporters. He's on with Wendy all the time. This guy breaks news. He's almost as big at breaking news for the NBA as Shams. And he came up to me and he said, "Hey, man, I'm a big fan of your work. Like, keep it up." So we got to chat for a bit. Really awesome guy, Dave McMenamin. And I was thrilled to see that he knew who I was. So he got a photo with me and the whole Last Take crew. He loves what we do. And I asked him straight up, I was like, has anyone ever done an impression of you? And he was like, no, I don't think anyone wants to do an impression of me. And maybe he's right, but maybe Mr. McMenamin, Josh Rosen, is the guy to start working on an impression of you. So stay tuned for that. So that all happened as soon as I walked into Fanatics Fest. And then it was time to get to work. So on that first day, we got on stage at 6:30 for our show. But before that, we were walking around. People were taking photos with us. People were asking me, little Josh Rosen, the Skip Payless guy. And yeah, I had my Skip Payless hat on, so I was in character pretty much the entire event. And people were asking to take photos with Skip Payless? Seriously? I was even surprised how many people knew who I was at this event. So having the talent pass allowed me and the Last Take crew to have access to backstage, green room, pretty much anywhere at the event. And we were able to meet all sorts of celebrities. The first guy I met was Gronk. He came walking through backstage. I said, "How's it going, Gronk? You know and I know it. You're that guy." Shook his hand. He said, "Oh, Skip Payless. That's hilarious." And then not too long after that, coming out on a golf cart, I see Tom Brady. I don't get starstruck. I really don't. I keep a cool booty, as Lil Perk would say. But I was a little starstruck when I got that close to Tom Brady. Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. I didn't get to shake his hand, but I was doing my Skip impression right in front of him. And he was laser focused, because that's what GOATs are, man. He was laser focused. He had a lot of obligations at this event, but he cracked a smile when I was doing my Skip Payless impression for him. So that was a cool experience. And then I met Jake Paul. Jake Paul. That guy. And he gave me and Stephen Emmitt Smith the time of day. Let us chat it up. We got some cool video with him. A photo. And I saw Logan Paul, who was, you want to talk about a superstar. Hey, whatever you think of the Paul brothers, their gimmicks, they know what they're doing. Those guys are marketing geniuses. And then one of the coolest guys we met at the event was Dwight Howard. Now, I knew he was a funny guy, but when myself and the Last Take crew approached him in character as Skip and Stephen Ain't and Shannon, Lil Perk, he went right into it. He was like, "Skip, Skip, Skip, Skip. Come on, Skip. Why'd you get fired from Underdog, Skip?" So we got some great video content with Dwight Howard that I'll be sharing later. He was awesome. And then I met the man himself, Stephen A. Smith. So on Friday of the show, the second day, First Take was airing live at Fanatics Fest. And as talent, we were sitting right in front. And after the show, me, Stephen Emmitt Smith, Shannon Sharpie, we got to go in the back. And Stephen A. came out himself and did a video with us. And he was like, "Man, I'm a big fan of what you guys do. It's really good stuff. So keep up the damn work. You guys are box office." He loves Last Take Show. He loves it. So having his endorsement and having him give us his time to do a video, with Stephen Ain't Smith and Stephen A. Smith. By the way, shout out Rashad Bashir. He's the wonderful comedian who plays Stephen Ain't Smith. So him and Stephen A. were going back and forth in the video. I chimed in as Skip Payless. Shannon Sharpie chimed in. I can't wait till you guys see that video. It was hilarious. And before Stephen A. Smith came out, like moments before, this guy approaches us, and I'm like, man, this guy looks familiar. And he was like, hey, you guys do a great job. How did you guys start this? And we were chatting for a little bit. And then my guy Shannon Sharpie was like, what's your name again? And he says, Nick Khan. Nick Khan. For those of you guys that don't know, he's the president of WWE. One of the most powerful people in sports media. So for him to approach us and know what we do and be fans of that, of Skip Payless and Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharpie and Lil Perk and Last Take Show, that was a true honor and thrill. So, of course, we made sure we got his, contact info, because to have Nick Khan, who, by the way, if you guys don't know, you can look him up. Before he was president of WWE, he represented all the biggest names in sports media, including Skip Bayless, including Stephen A. Smith, and a bunch of others. So that was awesome. We met the producers of First Take, who were great people. They're interested in having us on the show. So stay tuned for that. That would be one of my dreams and goals is to get on the show, of course. I made sure they knew I did Mad Dog, because obviously Mad Dog is on every week now. Skip, we're not sure. He was on recently. We're not sure yet if he's going to be on as a regular with Stephen A. during football season. And as for Mad Dog, I did get to introduce myself and meet Mad Dog. He's exactly the guy you think he is. I met him in the green room. He's reading the New York Post, the print edition.
I mean, for crying out loud, what's your name? Josh Rosen? Oh, take it easy. I mean, let's take it easy. I mean, Bob Cousy, he could do impressions too. Maybe not of Skip Payless, but that guy was talented. He was really cool. Didn't get a video or photo with him, but it was really cool meeting him. Really nice guy. I met the professor. If you don't know him, he's a street ball legend. And as soon as I walked into the green room, the professor was there. He was like, yo, Skip Payless, I watch your stuff. Very cool moment. If you don't know the professor, look him up on social media. He is a sensation. There's so many other people I met. We met the president of Cameo. We met more WWE legends. Emmitt Smith was there. I mean, my God. Another cool moment was Ryan Garcia was there. And I believe Dana White introduced him. If you don't know Ryan Garcia, he's a welterweight boxer, champion, one of the most famous boxers in the world right now. And he was doing a media interview right before he came out with the press. And I had my Last Take mic on with me. And the guys were like, yo, you got to try to get a question into him. So I asked him a question as Skip Payless.
I said, are you really the GOAT? Or are you that guy? Are you better than LeBron James? He looked at me and said, yo, are you the real Skip Payless? Shook my hand. And I said, you're that guy. And he said, no, you're that guy. Got that all on video. That was awesome. And there was just so many other cool moments like that throughout the event. So many cool moments, guys. Mariano Rivera, the closer, the greatest closer in Major League Baseball history, I would say. I got to chat with him, get a photo with him. Really super humble, super nice guy. Met the president of Global Gaming League. He was awesome. Got to hang out and chat it up with some of the stars of SNL. Cam Patterson, Marcelo Hernandez, who just hosted SNL. Ben Marshall. One of their guys was videoing me doing the Skip Payless impression. I don't know where that's going to end up. Lauren Michaels, are you watching? And I'm sure there's a lot more that I can't even think of right now. But those were some of the highlights I could think of that I wrote down and off the top of my head of people that I saw and met. Gary V, shout out Gary V, super nice guy. He was like, oh, we can Skip Payless? That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Like perspective, my man. You're imitating Skip Payless. You got time. Man, what an event it was. So many awesome people. And then on the final day, Sunday, the Last Take show got to come on the Makeshift Project podcast, which is one of the most popular podcasts in the country, especially amongst young people. They're all over TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. So that's coming out soon, and that was a ton of fun. Those guys really played along well. I was on stage. It was me and Stephen A. on stage, and then Stephen Ain't on stage, and then Lil Perk and Shannon Sharpie came out, did their 15-minute segment. So that was awesome. And these were just so many cool moments, that I've worked for a long time to try to get to this position where I'm relevant in the scene, in the entertainment industry, in the sports media world. I've been working at this for years to try to get to this point. As Jalen Brunson would say, job's not finished. This is just the start. And Jalen Brunson was awesome. I didn't get to meet him personally, but I got to watch Nightcap recorded live with Shannon and Ocho and Joe Johnson. Shout out Joe Johnson, who watches Last Take show and my content. Awesome guy. And they had on Brunson and Roman Reigns. And both those guys, Brunson and Roman, they are two of the most humble athletes you could ever imagine. Like real deal guys. You can see when watching them and seeing them up close why they've had so much success. Because they just focus on the present moment and getting better each day at what they do. By the way, shout out Big Perk, who met Lil Perk and is a big fan of the Last Take show. It's always great when you get the actual athletes to be fans of the work that you do. Skip He wasn't in attendance, but one day it'll happen. One day Skip Bayless will meet Skip Payless. And then shout out Tyler Colic, who looks like me. He looks like Josh Rosen if I was on the Knicks. No wonder why security didn't know he wasn't just a random fan at the parade. We got a video with him. He was hilarious and awesome. Loves what we do. So shout out to everyone who's been supporting myself, Josh Rosen, the character I play, Skip Payless, Nick Wrong, Bad Dog. Shout out to everyone that watches the Last Take show. We've been working at this for so many years and so many months. I don't know if it's been years. Who knows? Who knows how long it's been? But I've been doing the Skip character for at least 4 years now. And we've been doing Last Take for well over a year now. So thank you all for supporting me. And this is just the start. That was just a little bit of a recap of who I met and who I saw at Fanatics Fest. I'm sure I'm leaving some people out and some big names out, like Paul Pierce, but Michael Irvin. But in the end, I'm happy to say it's my turn now. As always, thank you guys for listening to Not Impressed with Josh Rosen. Again, this is a special edition episode just recapping my time at Fanatics Fest while it's still fresh in my mind. You'll be seeing a lot more content soon. Next episode, obviously, I'm going to be doing back to my normal impressions of Skip Payless and Bad Dog and Trump and Nick Wrong and Marv Albert. John Harbaugh, new one who sounds just like Joe Biden, by the way. Just like him. So thank you guys for listening to Not Impressed with Josh Rosen, Episode 5, Fanatics Fest. Woo! It was a whirlwind. You know it, and I know it.
You've been listening to Not Impressed with your host, Josh Rosen. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite content. Yes! To learn more about the incredible Josh Rosen, be sure to follow him at Josh Impressions on TikTok, Instagram, and X. Yes! Thanks for listening to Not Impressed.